trust me, this guy is a game changer for powering your electronics on the water.
Here are the batteries that we used to think were some of the best batteries out there. Naqua and Bioenno we thought were two of the best batteries out there. They're lithium ion batteries. They are very fine batteries. There's no, I mean, one's lithium ion, one's lipo. So this is lipo. So feel this little guy right here. Here's a 20 amper.
I picked it up.
All right.
I already picked it. That is amazing. I said it's like half the weight of what I have.
And have you picked this one up yet?
Oh my gosh.
That is a 17.5 amp hour battery.
That's only like a half of an amp less than what I currently use.
Here's the beauty of these guys also. Like
wow,
with your
so light.
with your battery, even though you've got 18 amp hours, you can't really draw it down all the way to 18 amp hours without damaging the battery.
Yeah.
You get about halfway there, and then all of a sudden you start noticing less performance out of your battery, and then when it gets down past halfway, it's like, oh, things are getting ready to work or not work well. These guys, lithium-ion batteries, you can take them almost all the way down, not damage the battery, charge them all the way back up again, down, up, down, up. So you get a full 17 amps out of this guy, no problem.
Wow.
In charges. And with a regular lead-acid battery, you don't get that. You get diminished returns starting at about 50%. Also, the only lithium-ion battery that is waterproof. This is IP67 rated waterproof. iPhones are IP67 rated. So the beauty of lithium-ion batteries are they've got these little microchips in them that protect them, that basically keep you from being able to pull too much information out. They keep, not information, I'm sorry, power out. It keeps them balanced. It keeps them from getting too hot. So those are great safety features as long as they're not compromised by something like, oh, I don't know, water maybe. We're in a water environment when we do these kayak fishing boats. And this guy right here is waterproof itself. You can drop it into water, it'll still work. Drop it out. So its circuit protection is protected by a waterproof case. Absolutely fantastic.
That's amazing.
This is something that I'd like maybe for you to consider testing for me, to give me feedback on if you like it, what you like about it, what you think can be improved about it. We actually distribute these. We're the distributor for, oh gosh, I don't know, this hemisphere, North, South America, Canada, Mexico.
Yeah, I have never seen a battery like this. I mean, I know about lithium-ion batteries. I know how light they are. But this thing, whenever I take it home, because I'm going to take you up on the offer, Aris. Trust me.
Okay.
I am dying to try this out. So you have some of the specs, the tech specs on that. What all that just means to me is that awesome. It's really safe out there in the water. What I care about is the weight, and I know a lot of you are like, hey, you really can't take big batteries out there because you're already pushing your weight limit as it is because you take out so many things. This thing, if you have a chance to see one of these or stop by Mariner to hold one, oh my gosh, it is super light. So yeah, that is amazing. 17.5 amps.
And we've got a smaller one too for people with small fish
for the
finders
smaller
or just
units.
LED light, and, you know, just for fun.
Oh my gosh, that is tiny.
That's almost a deer feeder right there.
Yeah,
it's actually more than a deer feeder because you can take it all the way down. You can use all 7 amps.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I used whenever I had the Lowrance Elite like 4.
Yeah, perfect for
you
that.
Like any of those type
3/4s,
graphs and
perfect.
stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, this thing will power you all day. I'm pretty excited about it because I definitely want to test it out. That right there, look at that little bitty thing. 12 volt, 17.5 amp hour, FPV Power. So the company is FPV. They're based out of Australia. This is something that I was just turned on to, and when I lifted it up, I was sold right then and there. It is a fraction of the weight in comparison to my other 18 amp hour, the sealed lead acid battery. That thing, Big Bertha, she is heavy, but this guy is super light. So what I'm going to be doing is testing this one out, seeing how long it'll last on the water, powering up my Lowrance Elite 7 Ti, and then I'll just let y'all know if it's worth the purchase or not. We'll throw a few more trips, try to completely drain it out, see how long we get as far as usage, and yeah, I'll report back to y'all later on. Got another new day testing this battery out. Started at 9 a.m. this morning, got a little bit of late start. but we're not gonna let it stop us. Okay, the time. You got the time, Nick, or no?
I do not.
I got it right here.
It's time to fish, Mark.
It is 8:54, and we are starting the clock for the FPV battery that I'm testing out. So we'll see how that goes. How many more hours we can get every trip out. I have yet to run out of battery life using that thing, so that's awesome. Whenever you got a super light battery that you can most definitely trust that it won't run out on you. Well, this trip is in the books, and we have ran the battery. It's now 3:10, so that's roughly what, 6 hours worth of use, and she's still kicking. Time is 8:06, a new day for testing the FPV-Power battery. This is what, day number 3 that we are going powering the Lowrance on 100% power. Let's see how long we're going to be able to get out of her today. My guess is that this 3rd day is going to be the final one before it completely drains out of battery to be able to power this thing up. Let's find out. Not the Conquest, baby. Uh-oh. The Lowrance is dying. I knew that was going to happen. Let's see what time it is. It's 1:02, so that's when the clock stops for the Lowrance dying. Right now, the time on deck is 8:27, and this is our 2nd run of the FPS power battery. We'll see how long we get out of her today. We are back at the launch. What time is it? 1:27. So the clock stops for the Lowrance Elite 7 Ti 100% full power brightness on the FPS plus, or what is it called? FPS power battery. Let's turn her off. This is run 2, day 2 on our test of the FPV power battery. The last video, I was calling it the FPS battery for some reason. Must be thinking about like a Bass Pro brand of some sort, because I think they got something called the FPS. But anyhow, we're gonna fire the Lowrance up. Let's see what time we have. 9:32. So almost 9:30 that we're starting this bad boy up. It's an awesome battery. Let's see how long we get out of her today. That is it for day 2, run 2. It is 4:30, and we are now going to power down the Lowrance. One particular note that I want to make is that we went on vacation, and I have not ran this battery. It's held its charge for over 10 days, and then I plugged it right in. I was kind of worried that it was gonna like fail me because it wouldn't have been ready, but it did just fine. So that is awesome and a plus in my book. Way to go, battery. FPV battery, FPV power battery. All right, so okay, so it's already plugged in. This is run 2, day 3, which will more than likely be the final day if I put it through a full day's worth of use. Day 3, that's normally how long I've been getting from this 17.5 amp hour battery from FPV Power. It's a Australian based company, and Mariner Sales, they are the sole distributors so far that I know. Don't quote me on that, but I have not been able to find these on Amazon or anywhere else here in the US. So phenomenal battery. It has replaced a behemoth of a sealed lead acid one that I had. Took up a lot of room in that front bow hatch and a lot of weight, so it weighed the bow down. Now this thing, 2 pounds. Phenomenal. Let's get her powered up. There we go. And let's see what time it is. 9:22. All right, that is the start time, day 3. Let's see how long she'll get us. Uh-oh. Here we go. And the Lowrance just went off. Man, I was hoping to get a little bit longer out of that. It is 1:26 p.m. I knew it was going to happen. I spent a couple of long days on the water, but the FPV-Power battery, yep, that is the end. We have concluded our test of this bad boy right here. Thoroughly impressed with its performance, and just all around a great battery to lighten your load and give you power for, this is a fairly hefty fish finder for a kayak, and that little battery was able to do it.
That concludes my testing of the FPV-Power battery. This guy is a little powerhouse, and oh, it's so light, 2 pounds, replacing my behemoth sealed lead acid battery, over 11 pounds of weight that just completely bogged down the bow of my kayak. No longer have to worry about it because this fella sits right below me in the center bow hatch, and it takes up little to no space at all. So I highly recommend this battery. If weight is an issue with you, then look no further because this guy can get it done. It's completely waterproof, designed to be drained completely and then charged back up with no issue whatsoever. There is circuitry inside here. Take a look at the link that I'm going to place down in my description below. That will take you to Mariner Sales where you can check this battery out for yourself. Trust me, this guy is a game changer for powering your electronics on the water, and also it makes a great gift just in time for Christmas. The kayak angler is going to love you for purchasing this for them. All right, so that's all I have for y'all. I hope you find all of this information and the testing useful. If you did, click that thumbs up button, and until next time, tight lines, everyone.